Good morning, afternoon, evening, you two, whenever you are watching this. For me, it's the morning, first thing. It's Sunday morning and it's 8:05 a.m. So, what are we, 4th of May now? May the 4th be with you or whatever. Never watched Star Wars, but you know, whatever. Anyway, I am at my parents' house this weekend. And so nothing's changed in terms of prep, you know. That's the great thing about coming here, having parents that understand and appreciate what I do. So yeah, they just have to send my mum my shopping list, and then everything that I need for prep is in the house. So yeah, all I had to really bring was my cream of rice, my whey and my peanut butter, because they didn't particularly want to buy a massive tub of that when they never have it themselves, which is very fair. So yeah, it's been easy. Cardio is still out. I have checked in with my coach this morning, so I tried to provide him with some check-in photos the best I could, obviously in like a different lighting, different setup. But yes, we've got the feedback straight away, and yeah, basically just running the same setup for now. So the 1680 cals, which you saw in my last video, same full day of eating. I'm not gonna lie, I was like hoping for a high day, but nope, we don't have one. You know, like obviously previously on the prep we were having high days on Sundays, but no, we are continuing. It's only because I've really been feeling a lot more hungry this past week. I'm hungry now. I wake up hungry. I was hungry and actually quite food focused yesterday as well, but I'm not sure if that was just part of being out of routine, being around like people who were eating, you know, nice different things that I obviously couldn't have. Obviously when you're setting your own routine in a prep and you're in your own home and you're just around your own meals, like you don't notice what you're sort of missing out on. But when you're around, like, you know, other people that are eating things that you obviously can't have, I suppose it draws attention to that a little bit more. So I'll see how I go. Obviously travelling back home today, but I'm also off to see my friend who lives only 20 minutes from my mum and dad, which is a nice coincidence considering they live in the middle of the Lake District. But I also have a friend from uni who lives here and has just had a baby, so I am going to visit her and her 2-week-old baby, which is going to be lovely. So that'll be nice. I think it's going to be a nice day, just Sunday rest day. So I managed to train yesterday. It's crazy because the whole time I've been visiting mum and dad, they've moved here about 5 years ago. The whole time I've been visiting them, it's always been a struggle with gyms because, you know, coming to see them on prep. I mean, when I'm not on prep, I can sort of maybe just not train or whatever. It's not the end of the world, but when it's prep, obviously I can't not. And so it's difficult because they've never had gyms near them apart from like leisure centres, literally, like Appleby Leisure Centre, which is tiny and very difficult to make a session out of, if you know what I mean. So yeah, like super old kit from years ago that's really, really not good. However, very recently a new gym has opened and it's only a 15-minute drive away, which is pretty much what I do back at home in Leeds anyway. 15-minute drive to the gym. Yes, and it's called Oh My Squat. I went there yesterday for my posterior session, and literally the only issue with the session was the fact that I forgot my lifting straps and belt, unfortunately. Didn't bring them to the lakes with me, so I had to obviously go massively lighter on RDLs. Just a little bit irritating, you know, you feel like you're not working as hard in the session. They didn't have 2 variations of hamstring curl like I usually do, lying and seated, but I just started with seated and then did my RDLs and then just went back to seated for another couple of sets of higher reps. So that's it, you know, you're still doing hamstring curls, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I made it work. Did standing calf raises on the Smith machine, just stuff like that. Pause to look where I am. So nice. So yeah, managed to get my session in. I've been getting my 15,000 steps, and yeah, cardio still out till Tuesday. So obviously my usual main check-in day is a Tuesday, so I'll check back in. Obviously it's only Monday tomorrow, and then it's 2 more days. My weight has been incrementally just dropping, so it's gone from like it was holding, maybe I think I was 135.8 for 2 days, and then yesterday it was 135.6, and then today it's 135.4, which is officially a prep low by 0.2 of a pound. So I'll take it, you know. Weight is incrementally coming down. Period is on day 7, so still getting a little bit of bleeding, but generally like the sort of cramping, bloating symptoms are gone now. So I'm hoping today will be the last day, and then yeah, from Monday and then Tuesday I should be well off it, see how things settle. Yeah, so we're not having high days, we're not sort of interrupting the flow of how my weight's trending and everything whilst on my cycle. we're just going to see how the current setup lands us. Obviously, I'm a lot fresher now as well. Like, yes, I'm hungry in terms of signs I'm on prep, rather than being like fatigued. I'm actually just hungry. So, you know, when there's a combination of both, that's when you know you're in the deep end. But right now, obviously, I've had literally 2 weeks off cardio to freshen up. So yes, feeling better on that front for sure, like massively better. Yeah, obviously we've just been driving the fat loss through the food for the last couple of weeks and then doing steps. So yeah, from Tuesday we'll push on, and I'm looking forward to that check-in because obviously I'm ready now to make some changes. And yes, it's been a nice interlude of prep, just doing these, like, especially when the weather's literally showed up for me while I've had these high step counts. It's been really nice. So that's that. I've had a nice time away in the lakes, really nice chilled afternoon yesterday after I'd done my morning session and things like that. So, and it's been great not having to do cardio while I've been here as well, so that's allowed me to spend more time with my family. But that's where we're at. I'll keep you updated as the week goes on, and more than likely I'll check back in with you on Tuesday. Good morning, YouTube. We're on Tuesday today, check-in day. So I've had what I thought would be my pre-workout, pre-cardio coffee. Turned out cardio is not being reintroduced, not just yet anyway. We have a slightly different plan. So things could not have transpired better with my period finishing. So yesterday was the last dregs of it, literally. My weight had been coming down daily since Saturday, actually. Saturday, I think it was like 135.6, and then Sunday 135.4, yesterday 134.8, and then today 133.8. So yeah, it was like half a pound drop off, and then period's fully over, we get a full pound off. So nice big new low of 133.8 pounds this morning, officially moving. And that has resulted in my coach asking me to run a high day today. Woo! So I've already been for steps, and then what I was planning to do, so I got up super early. I was like, you know, I need to get up early today because I'll have cardio to do as well. But this right now is walk number 2, and it's like, instead of doing cardio, I thought I'd treat myself as well and get myself a Greg's coffee. I've even got a large, so I would never usually have these during any kind of fasted window. I mean, this has got to cool down. I've obviously been up for a while. I've already done about 5,000 steps on my previous walk. I've come home, I've done a bit of social media stuff, and now by the time I'm breaking my fast, it's a couple of hours after wake, which, you know, isn't optimal, bro. But then again, it's not like I'm necessarily breaking my fast with this coffee. I think I've mentioned it before, but we don't really know how much it's going to affect things. It's 9 calories, which is probably just from like the oil from the beans, but it's one of them where me and my coach just agreed that I would leave it out of the prep, might as well, and save myself a lot of money as well, to be fair. So, but I just thought today, do you know what, fuck it. It's my choice, you know, if I want to potentially break my fast a little bit earlier. It's a high day today, we're just going to roll with it. So, and then going to send some post-workout shots to my coach later. It's pulled today, so it's going to be good for having a high day. I'll check in with him tomorrow to see the post-high day visuals as well. And then, you know, if we need to run another high day, we will. If not, tomorrow will just be leg day, and we'll be running off the back of this high day. And going forward, we will be incorporating cardio. It will be 5 lots of 35 minutes. So that will be just excluding leg days. And because tomorrow is a leg day, it's like cardio doesn't start again tomorrow either. So it starts on Thursday, which is my rest day. So yeah, we'll be just excluding cardio on my lower day on a Wednesday. And then on Fridays, I have quads and push, which is a particularly taxing session, like a squat compound, split squats, that kind of thing. So yes, those will be the non-cardio days where I will run 15,000 steps still, which is what I'm running since I've been doing this kind of stint of just low days and no cardio. So 15,000 steps will be there to stay on my non-cardio days, Wednesday, Friday, and then the rest of the week we're back down to 13k steps. So that's grand. I'm running 15k today, obviously, with it being no cardio and a high day, and then we'll assess from there. But yes, very happy. Best I've looked this morning for sure. Obviously that's going to reflect when I've dropped such a significant amount of weight, like basically 2 pounds in the last couple of days. So happy days. And it just goes to show how much your menstrual cycle really does affect things. Just something to bear in mind if any of you are in that boat as well, with, you know, weight rising or weight holding when you are on/due on and all that good stuff. But we're into a new phase now, so high day to like then set us up for the next phase of essentially just digging in again, getting cardio back in, and just really digging in for the next few weeks. So exciting times ahead. But I'll take you through the high day today. It's 1905 calories, so you know, I've been running 1680, so it's a good extra 250 calories. It's basically going from like 185 carbs to 250, I believe. I'll check up on that, but I think it's 250 carbs today. I'll show you the meals I have. They're not obviously dissimilar, they're just more of, really. And then I get a banana as well, which I've already bought on my first walk this morning. Passed by Sainsbury's and got myself a 27p banana. So there we are, back in a cemetery doing my Greg's coffee walk. What a liberty. So this is the meal one on a high day. Only difference is there's 75 grams of pineapple instead of 50 grams. So we've got 25 grams extra there. And then the dark chocolate's actually 10 grams instead of 15 grams. So the fats get increased later on in the day, but in this meal we've got 5 grams less dark chocolate, and it's 225 grams of skyr yogurt and 15 grams of whey, and that's meal one. Yes, people, I'm going to keep this brief because it is absolutely boiling in my car. I'm in the gym car park. Who remembers the days of pre-gym bananas? Well, it is back today for one day only, maybe two. We'll check in tomorrow. We'll see if I have another high day. I have a feeling I won't, though. I have a feeling we'll be sound and just run a normal low day tomorrow with legs. Ready to push on and start cardio again on Thursday. But we are in for pull today. I'm excited for the session. I've had my 80 grams of rice instead of 50 just now, with my 4 hex sausages and my 50 grams of avocado. Aloha! So we are now up to meal 4. So I've showed you my other meals, which was obviously my pre-workout rice and then my post-workout cream of rice, which was 50 grams instead of the usual 60. So we actually have a little bit less in that meal, just because, you know, we're prioritizing putting carbs in before my training session, having a really good session. I also then sent some like post-workout shots to my coach because he asked for them. So just to kind of get a different look at my physique in terms of compared to fasted, me being like full post-training. So yeah, he was happy to see that. And now it's on to meal 4, which is exactly the same. It's no different to my low day food. So I've got my tuna. My tin of tuna is already there. As you can see, I add a little bit of lighter than light mayo to it. I don't like weigh the mayo. I just honestly just eyeball it every day, and I would know if I was like taking the piss with it or having too much or anything like that. So that's that. And then I just have, you know, a bit of lettuce, cucumber and tomato with that. You know, like on previous preps, I was a bit more fluid with what veggies I was having. Now I literally just have lettuce, cucumber and tomato in this meal. With my rice meal 2, I have peas in with the rice that I boil, and I just eyeball the peas, but they're pretty much like, you know, again, it's about knowing this is like generally roughly how much I have every day. Let's not, you know, have a little bit more and just chuck a little bit more in the pan because I'm feeling hungrier today. It's about trusting myself, which I do. So that's kind of where I'm at. On previous preps, you know, maybe I would have bulked up my meal a little bit more based on hunger, so I'm not doing that. Good morning, YouTube. It's now the next day, and it's actually high day number 2 today. My weight dropped this morning after yesterday's 1905 calories, so I was 133.6 this morning, and so today we're having an even higher day at 2,290 calories. So my coach has increased my carbs 100 grams more than my baseline high day diet, and then he's just dropped protein a little bit as well to aid digestion, so that's why it's not like jumped up by 400 calories even though it's 100 grams of carbs. So currently going in with 100 grams of rice for my pre-workout meal now. I've also had 75 grams of oats this morning, and I've got another 75 grams for my meal 5. Love it, because I am all about 2 bowls of oats a day. When it's not prep, that is what I do year round. Like to start my day with oats and finish my day with oats. So yeah, but this is meal 2 now. I've also got the banana that I'll be having before I go and train as well. I'll be having that in the gym car park as usual, you know the drill. So this meal's going in. I've got 3 hex sausages instead of 4, just with it being a reduced protein overall. Still 50 grams of avocado as normal. And that's that. I will catch up with you in a bit, but that's the general feedback from today, is that we're running another high day. I'm getting an extra gram of pink salt in today as well, and an extra 750 mils of fluid. And we'll just see where I land in the morning, but the aim is to actually see my weight go up, because obviously it's not gone up after eating more yesterday. We want to just make sure that I am absolutely fresh to then start digging tomorrow and get back on with the cardio and stuff. So I'll check in with my coach again tomorrow morning and we'll go from there. But for today, it's all about shoveling in these extra carbs, getting nice and full, and having a big productive leg day. All right. So I am continuing this after the lower day, and I realised that I never actually wrapped up. I was just editing the footage from yesterday and I realised you heard a knock at the door there. I was filming my meal 4, and then that knock was my boyfriend coming round. So yeah, we always spend the evening together on a Tuesday. So yeah, routines and that, you know. So apologies, you never saw my last meal, which was oats. It was like 60 grams instead of the usual 50. However, today, like I said, I got 75 grams this morning. I got 100 grams of rice pre-workout, and a banana again. And post-workout, I had 75 grams of cream of rice on top of what was yesterday was 50 grams. So it was 75 grams instead. And then this evening, instead of my usual 150 grams of potatoes, which you saw me prepping last night, got 250 tonight to have. And then, like I say, I've got another bowl of oats, 75 grams to finish. So that's pretty much this high day, which previously in the video I said I thought that my high days were 250 carb. They used to be, and then we dropped high day when my weight was stalling at like 137, and we were thinking what to do. My coach dropped my high day calories by 100. So obviously, therefore, from carbs, we lost 25. So my usual high day carbs, my baseline diet at the moment is 225 carbs. So actually that's what I ran yesterday. Today is 325 because I said it's 100 grams more carbs. And then we've just pulled from protein. So protein's at 135 today. Fats are up at 50 and they're usually at 40. So that's the day that I've been running today. Had a sick lower session, feeling great overall. Tomorrow will be the start of cardio going in. I imagine my weight will be up tomorrow. I definitely wasn't expecting the drop this morning just because I'm so used to my weight stalling now. It's like I got out of my head that I could possibly start responding again. So yeah, we are responding and that's great. So my weight did drop this morning. I imagine it'll go up tomorrow. That's the purpose of this high day, is to try and get my weight to go up, just to see that I'm nice and fresh and ready to start digging tomorrow. But mentally, I absolutely am ready to start digging. As much as I don't love cardio, I love the discipline and what it brings me, and just knowing that we're digging for more condition. So yeah, 133.6 pounds this morning, and I'm seeing my coach next Friday. Our goal was to get to 30 pounds. That doesn't seem impossible. If we start a fresh dig from tomorrow, and knowing that when I started a dig last time, I'd had a pullback, I lost like 5 pounds in a week. Who knows what could happen? Could I be 3 pounds lighter by next Friday? We're Wednesday now. I think so. So let's see, shall we? But I'm going to leave this vlog here. I feel like it's a nice sort of 20-ish minute one, which is always a good length in my opinion. And I'll pick up next week's vlog, obviously off the back of this 2-day high day stint, and I'll be able to update you on where I'm at and how the next dig has started off. So this is pretty much 50% of the way through prep now, if we include me starting prep in February up till now. So yeah, we're starting to get towards the more exciting side of prep, where we've done the initial stint of the main fat loss, and now we're a bit leaner and we're digging for that further stage condition, and things get a little bit more interesting than just dropping calories, dropping cardio. So there we are. Exciting times ahead. If you did get this far, comment friends, okay? Yeah, comment friends, because Chandler's a bit sad maybe. But comment friends, and yeah, like the video if you got this far as well, please. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.